Probable.
when I heard that story about him saying that him and his dad camped out at Tay Wright's studio and he wasn't even there when they pulled up and they just posted up and slept there, I said,
Yeah.
"Oh man, see, man,
Destined.
They don't want it.
old.
Y'all don't want to have no church.
Y'all don't
I feel the
want
Holy
to
Ghost in this room right now."
Y'all at Bedside Baptist. Y'all don't want to have no church for real.
Y'all don't want to have none. Because we still ain't got to who is even closed in this era.
Made by music enthusiasts, for music enthusiasts. This is the Enva He Meant Company Music Podcast.
I'm Ashton.
And I'm KP.
And this is the Enva He Meant Company Music Podcast, the show made by music enthusiasts.
For music enthusiasts.
Y'all know what it is. And this is the Mixdown. You know, we just have a raw, unscripted, unfiltered conversation. Like the song says, one thing leads to another. Well, one subject segues into another in this case. So, but yeah, there's a lot to get into, especially with this particular Mixdown here, because we're talking about none other than the man, not the myth, the legend, Rodney Darkchild Jerkins. How about it? His resume spans from here to all the way over yonder, and I mean, there's just so much to get into, and we really don't have the time. So maybe a part two, maybe not, but yeah, let's just get it going. But I think my earliest, well, actually, we'll start with this. When Marlo and I we journeyed to Jersey, got to meet the whole Darkchild family. That was life changing, you know. So just because like I was saying, Brandy was in the house, Joe was in the house, and Natalie Wilson and SOP. Like it was too much. I was overstimulated, but I was happy to be in the place, huh? So for sure. And I know Marlo, I know you have some vivid memories about that as well. If you want to share it.
I think I don't know if I told the story on as recording it, but we got a chance to play in front of Rodney Jerkins praise and worship at his service when I was like 15, and then Asher was 13. He was on drums, I was on bass. And, I remember he was with his like nephews or whatever, and they were like sitting in the second row, like on the right hand side of the ballroom that the convention was at, and then the band section was on the left hand side.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he was just like pointing at us and stuff like that. And I guess he was like looking at his nephews, like, look at those young cats on the instruments, and you know, and that was very, very, at the time of my musical career, it wasn't, I would say, our best era. Right?
Yeah.
We were still getting our feet wet on those instruments, but you know, we was faking it really good, because if you play a couple of songs a million times, it makes you sound like a professional. The first thing time you can play "Come On and Bless the Lord with Me," huh?
Right. The universal praise and worship song.
The universal praise and worship song. You played it 100 times. At
Classic.
Some point, you're going to sound professional, right? But that was definitely a very great experience, being able to have that opportunity to be in a room with legendary people. And Big Shiz was his writing partner was his father was a bishop in our organization when he was alive, and so that's why all those people would show up to the conventions and stuff like that. So
Right.
Man, that had to be like a super incredible experience, because I would have loved that. Listen, Darkchild's a part of my childhood, my upbringing, my teenage years. You feel me? Like he
Like
just
you.
like literally.
So Sean Daniels, a quick 30-second story. This summer or the year in the summer that Say My Name was like just breaking the charts down, just I mean number one, just forever and ever. I remember we had a youth convention that summer in Cleveland. And he came rolling up in the hood with Range Rovers and Mercedes, and his family all had imports, and he had a velour suit on with the crispy white forces and the chains on and the sunglasses, and we just thought he was just a superstar, you know what I mean? So, you
Because he
know,
was. Listen, Say My Name still to this day.
which, by the
Exactly.
way, was inspired by his life and his current situation, the time that he was experiencing with his baby mother. Rodney Jerkins literally just goes on an interview a few months ago saying this story about how he was on the phone with his baby mother at a session. He's
I've
like,
seen that.
"Who's there? Say my name. Say it." He was like, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone right now.
That's the shot.
Talaya, I know you're gonna love this, Talaya. Like, when you are a real music creator, a producer,
Yeah.
songwriter, all the things, anything can inspire you.
It
right?
takes 1 second.
1
For you to be like,
second.
I need that. That's it.
1 second. A bass
Yeah.
line, a rhythm, a melody from just
Yeah.
randomly being in the car. Jimmy Jam said he was at the restaurant having an Italian dinner, and he was in the process of working on Rhythm Nation for Janet, and he
Yeah.
heard that sample. Well, he sampled it, but he heard that little breakdown, that little breakdown part in the Sly and the Family Stone on the speakers in the restaurant. And he was like, "Let me get the check real quick. I gotta go to the studio." Like, it's just
Now.
like now, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But like, let's get into like some of the things that everybody knows and loves, you know, the big hits, you know what I'm saying? So you can
Oh, yeah.
introduce them, be like, oh, because there's some things, me and Talaya was just sitting here like, we know he did
did
that.
not
Like,
even
we didn't
know.
even have any idea. But we, you
Like,
know, starting
what?
off with Brandy is probably like his most notable, like for people who, you know, are just getting into it, like they know he did like Full Moon. Like Full Moon
Yeah.
is crazy.
Crazy.
Will
Like,
Brandy fans
Crazy.
say that that's her best album? Am I wrong?
Oh yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Literally.
Absolutely they do.
What About Us changed my
Oh.
brain chemistry, respectfully. Like,
Mhm.
I thought, and What About Us, those two songs, you know, they're kind of like sister songs, but I
Yes.
feel like they just changed the way I thought about music, literally. Hands down.
What about
Hands
us?
down.
I'll say
Woo!
this, man. The funny story. The first time I heard that song, we was with my dad, me and my brothers and my sister. Like, he went inside Lowe's. He was doing some shopping for the house. So we tuned the radio to 107.9, and What About Us came on, and my brother Eris, he was absolutely flabbergasted. So much so where he was like literally shaking the van from side to side, listening to it bouncing. No, he was literally like he grabbed a hold of like the driver's seat, was like shaking it because that track went hard, boy.
Dummy.
Oh
Didn't it?
my
It's
god!
like a master class in futuristic R&B at that time. Like
Yes.
nobody was like doing that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
Full Moon was so futuristic in its own
Oh yeah.
way.
Oh
It
my
was such a
God.
blueprint. It was definitely a blueprint for a lot of the things that we heard after
Heck
Mhm.
yeah.
that. Not just like production wise, but just like her actual vocals. Like my
Yeah.
God. Like I think that's when she
Yep.
got pinned the vocal Bible after that album came
Yeah.
out. Like just completely changed the game.
Literally.
Yeah. And I think that was, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because maybe I'm missing something big here, but that was around the time that Rodney hipped her to the Michael Jackson school of vocal stacks,
Mhm.
where he was like, no, Michael stacks 16 tracks each stack. She was like,
Yeah.
oh, Michael does that? Oh, I'm doing that now. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why her vocals to this day sound so rich every time she's on a feature.
Yeah.
All her vocals for her own songs, like that richness is all those stacks. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because he was
So-
working on the Invincible album at that time. I
Exactly.
Yeah,
believe.
at the same time. Literally
yeah.
at the same time.
Wow.
Like
Oh,
that's
Lord.
just incredible in itself. Like what?
She said, oh Lord.
Yes, oh Lord, because what? Like you rock my
Oh,
world.
Lord, and the lore. All of it. So many stories.
So what would you say, Marlo, like his production style, like in your opinion, would be like as a producer? And then Talaya, you can give me what your thoughts would be on like his production style and things like that.
Well, so I'll say this. Rodney, first of all, we gotta make something very clear. I think people somewhat skip over the era of Rodney's, like you would say, his like peak dominance. And you go right to like the Neptunes, you go right to like Timbaland and all these
Yeah.
folks. But Rodney, there was a period of the late 90s, that mid to late 90s into the early 2000s, where there were specific elements of production that Rodney executed that nobody had ever really done or done on a pop level. So let's start off with all those harps in songs. Nobody was doing harps like that in songs before Rodney. Let's make something very clear. And once he started doing all those harps and like the Say My Names and the Boy Is Mine and all that type of stuff, you start hearing harps and songs and do 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 do. You know what I'm saying? So he was very innovative in the elements that he brought to music production and made it popular at that time that nobody was doing, like the Teddies of the time before and all that. It was almost like his version of R&B was like its own genre, like New Jack Swing, because also he said in an interview that inspiration for doing all that like offbeat, rhythm, at the end of a section, all that was from overseas in like the UK. They were doing like some sort of like, electric, innovative, like garage genre over there, and he was in a club and he was listening to how the rhythms were sounding. He was like, I like it. I like what's going on here. Let me take some mental notes of how I'm about to spin that. And then you have different rhythms that others weren't doing and the elements. So we skip over his era of dominance. And let's be clear, I'm not trying to skip to the end here, but people don't even be having him in the top 10, let alone top 5. When I hear producers, I'm like, how are you not? Where's Darkchild at? What am I missing?
For real.
Like, he's in my top 5. I'm going to make this very clear. He's in my top. Period. You know what I'm saying? So we'll leave it right there. I'm going to leave some room for her to give her expertise.
No, that was perfect. That was great. I couldn't agree with you more. I think the way, for me, is the way he does like his drums, the way he uses textures and rhythms, like you said. I think one of the only other producers that comes to mind that was doing that like crazy rhythmic stuff is like Dilla, that offbeat. Everybody was like, this is not on beat. Like, this is weird. Or what's his name? Q-Tip with like the whole drunken drummer feel. Like I can say single-handedly, he has inspired me to like push the limits as much as I can. Like the metronome is not even a thought. We're just going off of straight vibes and feel, Like you mentioned, Marlo, about the harps as well. I think about Not Right, But It's Okay by Whitney Houston. First of all, still play that song down like it's new. But that like arpeggio in the beginning, that nobody was doing that, like you said. And like the way the drums came in, like it was just insane. And I also wanted to say too, I think that he has a knack for making songs for pop stars, like global hits. So like you said, it doesn't make sense that he's not in the top 5s. Like we're talking Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Sierra, like global talents. But for some reason, when we think producers, I think as musicians, we always go straight to the underground of like, who is popping on the underground? That's who we champion, because like that global music is for the consumer and we tend to be, you know what I'm saying? So, but no, he's just different. His mind, the way he like playing those harps as keys, like, yeah, insane.
And let's be real, Talaya, he's the innovator of what you would call now in today's, at least in Black music per se, for the producer. He was the innovator. He wasn't the first, of course. You always had shout outs before that. But the actual intentional producer tag, he's the innovator of that.
Darkchild. Yes.
Before that, we weren't constantly hearing Teddy Riley, Janet Lewis. We weren't hearing nothing like that. So it was like,
for sure.
Darkchild 99.
Classic.
He would have the artist say it. It wouldn't even be something that he was always. Sometimes he might add a little ad lib after the recording, the tag on there. But sometimes he had the artist. Whitney would say it. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce would say it on For Destiny's Child. So he's really an innovator across the board. And you talk about drums. I remember a story. I don't know if you heard this, Talaya, but there was a story that Mary. It was Rodney gave the story, but Mary J. Blige was doing her. I can't remember what album it was. It had to probably be the third album, I'm assuming, right? Because that was like 96, 97.
Share My World.
Maybe it was the Share My World album. Maybe it was that one.
Look it up.
But she was in a session with a bunch of producers that were trading off tracks and beats and stuff. And she kept hearing the same old, just, that was popular at the time. Everybody kind of had the same feel, same ideas, and she was just not into it. And at that time, she was in her bag of being Mary J. Blige, the princess of R&B of the 90s. So she was just like, okay, next one. No, next one. This nigga, Darkchild, came in there with his tracks, and from the first one, he said in the interview, it started off, and she just rose up like,
what is
whoa, this? And then she just immediately started going off and bouncing and throwing her hands like, this is what I need.
This is what I need.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
because she's the queen of hip hop soul. Okay.
And nothing like that feeling to bring your music to somebody and they start jumping all over the room. It is literally Talaya. It is, from personal experience, it is literally like a form of climate, a form of orgasm, literally, like internally, because it's like, man, I really made something that has the room or the or the artist or whatever just, whoa, what?
This reaction.
Is what I need.
Yeah.
And see, that's what he did, especially in those late 90s, early 2000s. Like, he was just so creative. Freaking beyond what was just a norm. And it worked. It worked.
And it worked.
What Mary album was that, Talaya? You looked it up?
I think it was Share My World. I see that as the third.
Yeah. I mean,
we've
already talked
that
about
song
Mary,
alone, Share My World. Oh my gosh.
No, yeah.
Like, let's just not even get
hey, KP said when we did the Mary J. Blige episode, KP was about to cry. She said, don't do it, Marlo.
Don't do it. Don't go there.
Talaya, no. She know I will cry down up in here. I will be on this floor like
any moment. It don't take much.
It don't take much. Literally.
No, literally. I also wanted to mention too, I remember as a little girl, I was like, when I was like 8, 9 years old, just got my first MP3. I'm on LimeWire, cracking all the songs, downloading stuff. Like, I remember I was upset. I loved Fergie. I loved the Black Eyed Peas, which he also did, what's it called for the Black Eyed Peas? One of the big songs, right? But specifically, When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did do the Pussycat Dolls.
That song changed my life because not only was I a child listening to a song called When I Grow Up, but like the way it sounded, like imagine being able to he just makes music for everyone, for children, for adults, for like a global sound. I think the same when I think of You Rock My World. Respectfully, that's one of my top Michael Jackson songs. Now, my favorite Michael Jackson song is Baby Be Mine. I just wanted to put that out there. But You Rock My World, you're not sitting down when you hear that. You're on your feet. You're getting up, like, respectfully, So, yeah, we have to give him more flowers, respectfully. And I just found out about Stay With Me by Sam Smith. That song swept the globe when it came out. Everybody was singing it on American Idol, all their auditions, all the kids at the talent shows. Like, be for real.
By the way, they disrespected him that next year he won the Grammy with them for Stay With Me. They disrespected him. They put that man all the way in the back of the room. He had to run all the way up to the stage when they called their name for the record, and it went to commercial break. Because I remember him running up there to like say something real quick, and it just went to commercial. I'm like, man, y'all, what are we doing? Talaya, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Boo.
Would you treat David Foster like that? I'm not trying to start nothing right now. Exactly. I'm not trying to start nothing, but
don't start it, respectfully.
I put David Foster in the top 3 for me as producers. I put Rodney Jerkins right there. You would never do that to David Foster.
Never would it.
Leia, you would never do that.
You wouldn't do that. You just wouldn't do it. Yeah, it's
like,
foul.
cause that it's even like who today is even close to like that level of detail, who can go from pop to hip hop to R&B to even gospel, Kirk Franklin's Revolution and different things like that. Like,
Revolution.
I mean,
and him rapping on that too, not just producing a track, but he had a verse
he did
on
rap
it.
on that. Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Yes, he
like
did.
it's just like you said, Talaya, like when he gets on a record, when he does one, it's globalized. Like it's not just like to that specific genre and the people. It's literally everybody and their mama, no matter what race, creed, gender you are, they love they love it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like who would you, Marlo? Who today? I mean, there's got to be somebody.
Who today? I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. See, Rodney Jerkins' journey. See, when you're serious about what you do and what level you'll go to make it to where you want to be at, you'll do some things in a way that's just not normal. So like, I think he was 15 years old and his dad and let me just make this very clear to everybody on this panel. It takes somebody else believing in you like you believe in yourself to make this thing start really going for real.
For sure.
His dad said, you know what, son? I believe in you so much. A pastor, by the way, mind you, a bishop or whatever.
Amen.
I believe in you so much. You know what we're going to do? We're going to drive down randomly. There's no cell phones, none of that. We're going to randomly drive down to Teddy Riley's studio in Virginia. And we're just going to just try to see if we can somehow meet him. This is not planned. There's no advance call. There's nothing like that. They take music. They go down to Virginia from New Jersey. They drive all the way down there, and they camp out at Teddy Riley's studio. Talk about somebody who wants to make it out here, man.
Man. Come on.
That's the old school way. There's so many artists that have that same story of like, you know, I would sleep under their cars, doing whatever. Just get me in the door.
Even athletes was doing this, trying out. There's so many athletes. Michael Jordan didn't make his varsity team his sophomore year or whatever that was. I mean, this dude was camping out at the gym at his school. You know what I'm saying? It's just when you believe in yourself and others believe in you, and it's just a combination of that.
Yeah.
Man,
I'll
tell you what.
Okay, but I would like to say, go ahead. No, you go first.
No, go ahead. Because I was just getting ready to say, like, I know things are so different with the internet and the different way everyone can kind of like do their own thing and blah, blah, blah. Which changes things too. So like Talaya, like you as someone who produces and writes and you can do it from your own home and you do incredible work. Like how does that change it for someone like like a Rodney Jerkins, you know what I'm saying? Like when you have like 50 million self-made like producers who are incredible like yourself.
Thank you. I would say, well, okay. First off, I would say if there were two maybe old school producers I would say are in kind of the world, Timbaland, obviously. Like I think he's probably one of the only producers who could really kind of stand up to him somewhat. And maybe Brian Michael Cox, but again, I think Bobby has.
You gotta put respect on his name.
Respectfully.
Jesus.
Like when we were talking about the hearts and stuff. And the keys, that's the first thing that came to mind was B. Cox. Like, he's probably one of the only people who was really, like, innovative in his time with the way he was producing, the way he was playing piano, the way he arranged songs and was, like, structuring and all that. I would say now the biggest issue is literally the kids are just not hungry. We have no reason to be hungry. There's no desperation. There is no yearning. Now, I wouldn't say nothing.
No yearning.
I love you, Talaya West.
There's no yearning, dude.
Like, now, I will say, though, there are some newbies that are cropping up slowly, but because of the oversaturation that's happening in the market, so much of it gets buried, and we don't see those people until much later on. I do think someone like a Devin Morrison is absolutely phenomenal, just a musical genius, period. There's this white kid, you guys have probably seen him, his name is Cube. Dude is dumb.
Cube, yes.
Oh man, crazy! Collaborated with Devin on his last single, Amor.
Yeah,
oh man,
Devin is Yeah, Devin and Cube have been
They've been rocking for a few years now.
huge for the past several years.
Yes.
And so
PBJ, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
I just started listening to Cube a little more. His mind, I think he's someone to watch out for, in my opinion. Like, between
he's
his
definitely
singing, his
somebody to watch out
production,
for.
he's a genius. I definitely could see him being like a future Darkchild when he gets more in the industry and things like that. Because I think he's still pretty indie for the most part right now. So, but yeah, if they get him, then he's out of here. Respectfully,
100%.
Absolutely.
You could say Talaya, you could say somebody with a name in the industry, and he'll even tell you himself when all the research I've done that he, he still feels like people are still discovering him, especially with the major stuff he's done of recent years.
Yeah.
The person that I would say could give you some of that feeling and that spirit of a Darkchild that's out right now on a major level would be D Mile. And he comes from
hands down.
Darkchild. Yeah. He started out underneath Rodney.
Makes sense.
If there's anybody that could give that feeling now, he's doing a lot of different, like he's very diverse in regards to how he's doing production. So he's not like just stuck in like one sector of just like R&B, although his heart, you can tell, is R&B.
For sure.
But if you ask somebody, hey, I need you to give me a Darkchild feeling, he would be the one to do it for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
incredible. Like D-Mile, like that makes so much sense because Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say the Painted album. That was my
mine too. It got me through the whole.
It saved my life.
Yes.
Life changing.
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
Are you kidding me?
All of them.
Are you
Extra,
kidding me? Extra.
No, Extra. I was stuck on Extra for like weeks,
looped that
months.
album
Really
from
Games?
front
Are
to
you
back
kidding me?
for a good like 6 to 8
Real
months,
Games.
respectfully. Also changed
like
the way I heard
respectfully one of the best albums of the decade.
of ever. Yeah.
Top hands down.
Easily.
And I feel Roll Some Mo, like
Roll Some Mo took the
I
streets
literally
by storm.
feel like Lucky Day came from nowhere. Like he came out of nowhere, like just creeped up on all of us, like I'm here.
Yes.
Like, and it was
as
just
an
like
artist, he was writing for years. I mean, we all know, he was a songwriter before that. He was writing for Usher, like back in the day. But he did when he popped out. Yeah, when he had his debut, it was like boom, he's here. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
D-Mile also said that the album saved his life too. He said he was 2.5 seconds away from quitting like full time and just be like, man, I'm done with this. I can't get to where I need to be at. And that struggle, man, be real a lot of times. You think people have done enough and you look up and they stagnant and so it's kind of like Lucky and D-Mile kind of helped each other out. And the one thing I love about it, not trying to give his secrets away, but see, when you use the same tools as a producer as others, you can tell what certain things are being used. Like, for example, Talaya, you know this. I know you have Splice. You can tell when somebody's using Splice, it actually samples Splice, like it actually samples it to where you can't tell. And then you can tell where somebody just took a clip in a loop from Splice and just
chop it up and make their own.
That joint.
Yeah.
Because at one point there was like 3 songs that I heard on the R&B playlist that had the same sample in it. And I'm like,
sample.
None of y'all are chopping up these strings and these pianos. I'm confused.
I hear Splice samples on commercials all the time. I'm like, how did they clear this? I thought so good.
You're hilarious. You are so funny.
How they clear
what?
But D-Mile, he basically, if you go back and listen to the Painted album, for all the producers that use Arcade, especially when Arcade started becoming popular like 5-6 years ago, like 7 years ago, man, that boy used the crap out of Arcade. I started hearing all these things on Arcade. I was like,
all those little vocal samples and those little oohs and all,
and guitars and I was like, but the way he did it wasn't like I'm not being creative. It was very creative, but because when you use certain elements and you have that and you use it as well, it's kind of like you can tell. But there's a difference between when you're not being creative and you are being creative. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like with AI, I'm all for using Suno.
You said it, not me. I was about to go in.
Back me up here. If you were really music,
no, we are
we
not.
can use Suno, but I don't want somebody to prompt and take Suno and try to stem it out and then just go print it off. Like what?
Respectfully.
No.
Respectfully,
Take
I just found this.
Put it in Suno and say, hey, make this sound a little bit this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And then take that and chop that up.
And replay it. Replay it. Because you know what? Listen, and I feel like I have a specific perspective on that specifically because one, I'm not a classically trained musician. I do everything by ear. So I'll sit there and pluck each note out. Give me a MIDI roll, I can get down. Ask me to sit there and play it out, I can't help you. Respectfully, I can sing what note is missing. But I don't got the agility, right? So when I first started producing, I was using Splice. I still use Splice from time to time. But I remember at one point I said, okay, it gets to a point. If I can't sit here and recreate this sample, because you know sometimes they'll give you samples of entire songs, and you could really just throw that thing on there, and that could be the whole beat if you wanted to, right? So one time I did that for a client, and I was like, man, this sounds so good, but I just don't feel right taking someone else's entire idea and then claiming that I produced it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna dissect this. I'm gonna play every single element in this, tuck it really, really, really low, and then have my elements be the main thing, and add some flair and some variation. So that was like my proof of like, okay, I can say that I'm a legit producer. If I can just pick it out note by note and replay it at least. So I think that's what AI should be. Sure, get the idea from AI and then redo your thing. Now, firstly, I am anti-AI all the way. Let me even back up. Let's not deep fry the earth if we don't have to. We are already air frying the planet, please. It's not that serious. Respectfully. It's hot every day. It snowed 2 weeks ago and it was hot yesterday. The plants are confused. Please, let's give it a rest. However, if you have to, I heard somebody say, he was like, don't let AI be the last stop. The last stop should be you, your hands, your mind, and your DAW. Please, respectfully. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on AI. But yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Aside from producers, you'll love this. I'll take it a step further. Let's please cancel the AI artists because at the end of the day, Talaya, at the end of the day, that AI artist is not human. You can't touch it. You can't run up to the stage and hug that AI artist.
Can't go to
so you're telling me you're going to make it. So you want people to pay? You want to make an AI, put it on a screen at a venue? I'm confused. I'm
a so telegram confused. Or what's it called? What's it called?
What's it called?
How is it even working? How?
And then it be niggas having female AI artists that's just why are you doing that? What are you doing?
Why is all the AI music black people?
What is that about? My AI artist. Like, man, please
with baby hairs, Talaya. Baby hairs, baby hair.
With the baby hairs and the wigs. Wigs be laid.
Like, it's too much. It's too much. But the craziest thing is like musical people, like you can tell, like at least
you can.
For most of it, like
it has a sound.
Just like, it does have a sound. Like I know a lot of people get confused, but again, I'm not one to really listen to like mainstream radio like that. I know a lot of people were getting confused with things that were coming on the radio, and I just haven't had that experience because I know too many amazing independent artists and underground artists to listen to the radio like that. But but the ones that I have heard from people who have created it, I'm just like, this sounds AI.
It's giving strange fire.
I love it.
Strange fire. Okay. Very mystical. Oh my gosh.
AI music is proving, AI artists and AI songs being created from just the dust to AI and data is proving that music is the most spiritual it's ever been in life. Or that it is completely spiritual, because the fact that somebody may not be really musically inclined but enjoys music can tell that a song is either AI or not AI. It's telling you there's no soul in this AI song you just released. There's no soul. It's all computer based. It's all database. It's all coding. There's no soul.
I see AI music the same as we see like processed food. You know, it's like, do you want a home cooked meal or you want some Wendy's? Now, at one point in time, a 4-for-4 did keep me alive. Let me not, do that. Respectfully. But now it's giving cafeteria food. I don't want no nasty chocolate milk and some nasty little cheese sticks. I want a home cooked meal. I want to hear your life force within the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, I was on TikTok yesterday and I was so disappointed because I started following this new artist. And it was actually another new artist who had pointed it out. But he was like, we're not doing AI out here because this person is using AI. And I was like, see, I knew it. If it wasn't for you meddling kids, because I heard it and it was just so good. And I was like, this is a little too good, girl. I don't know. And so in the comments, someone was like, hey, girl, did you produce this? And I'm like, did you? And she's like, yes, I did. And I'm like, okay, period. Female producer, okay, T. But I'm like, it just sounds too crispy. It's too clean. It's too cut. It's too shiny.
It's not hurt.
And then she's like, oh, I'm sick of y'all talking about me. Yes, I did use some AI components. And I'm like, not you sat there and lied, basically, because you should have answered the question for real the first time and said, yes, I am using AI that helped me produce this. But yeah, that was just so disappointing because I was really rocking with the song. But again, this is a white girl and the music was very, very black. So I'm like, y'all gonna find a way to steal and colonize every time. Every time.
Steal and colonize.
Every time. Y'all can't have nothing for yourselves. Be you.
Be you.
Hey, did your boy use AI neo soul ideas for his neo soul album that made him blacker? It's like, let me stop.
Oh God.
Let me stop. Was that AI?
Probably. I wouldn't.
We haven't even had a conversation about Jack, which we need to. I keep forgetting to bring that nigga up, but yeah.
Nigga.
Okay. What they call him? They were calling him music something. What were they calling him?
There was a couple names that were
First of all, his album called Monica. Are you trying to say Monica?
So here's the thing with that. So here's the thing. I rocked with Jack Harlow like when he came out with his last thing 3 years ago. He came out with Like a Blade of Grass. Fire as fuck. Like that song is so T, okay? And so then like you ain't hear nothing from him for like 3 years. He was like a Drake or something. So like I feel like in hip hop, white people can do, hip hop is a black genre. So it's like if a white person's gonna step into it, they gonna take on those cultural appropriations or whatever. And people be cool with it, like the Eminems of the world and things, okay? And nobody had no issue. So it was just like, whatever, he was dope. And then so I didn't know he was coming out with an album. And my homeboy, the day the album came out, sent me a text like, hey, the boy Jack came out with an album and it's T, it's fire. And I was like, well, I'm at work. Let me try to listen to it. I listened to some tracks. I'm like, yo, this is giving like neo soul, like some actual, which to me, when I first heard it, wasn't far off from what he was doing before. Because again, he was doing like hip hop, like black stuff. So I was like, okay, so he could sing. He trying to sing a little bit. He trying to like switch up the vibe, which I ain't have no issue with. It was then later on the interviews that he did. So what do you mean you don't know who Maxwell is and you don't know who so-and-so is and you saying you got blacker? That's where you messed up because you opened your mouth. What are you talking about?
No.
I cannot.
What do you mean you don't know who Maxwell is and you're literally portraying a whole R&B neo soul artist?
No.
He said he didn't know who Frankie Beverly and Maze was, and I was like, okay.
That's sick. Because yes, you do. Because you've been took out. You've heard before at that go, but you didn't even bother to look up who did it. Because you're lazy. And that's all it is.
Go listen to the interview. It was crazy. Because there's like 3 tracks on this new album that had he shut his mouth. That thing was fire. Pride on there. It's fire. Winter.
Where was his team that said, why would you say I got blacker making this album?
But why would you say you don't know who Maxwell or Frankie Beverly and Maze are, and you're literally stepping in a whole genre of like legendary artists, and you don't know who the legends are?
I can answer that.
I think you didn't know who Maxwell was. It's crazy.
The first reason is, one, we're losing media training. Everybody just wants to go viral. When we're building stars, everyone just wants to have a viral song. There's no other thoughts. Back in the day, they taught the girls how to walk, how to sit in an interview, how to answer a question you don't know, how to talk about yourself. Like, there were so many more artists in building a celebrity or building a persona. It was more than just having a hit or having a lot of people talk about you. So media training is one. 2, now this might be a little spicy, but respectfully, it's the A&Rs. Some of these A&Rs are these random white Nepo babies who related to Clive and them and all the, whatever. Talking about, oh yeah, I can get you a job over here. Don't know what they're doing. You're making music for Black and colored people of color with people who are not Black and are not of color, marketing it to those people. And that's where the disconnect is. Quick story time. I was doing some writing. I was doing some writing for pitching records to a major label. So the artist that I chose was Summer Walker. Writing the song, thinking it's great. I'm like, no, this is great. Now I send it through the channels to the A&R, and he's like giving me all these critiques. Now I'm not open to critique. That's not the issue. But again, I'm thinking about it this way. He's like, oh, I think this needs to be shorter, and this needs to get to the point, and this needs to da da da. First of all, I already thought about all these things as I'm writing this. I'm considering the short attention span. I'm considering what's trending, what's popular. But hands down, I am a Black woman writing a song from the perspective of a Black woman for a Black woman artist whose audience is other Black women. So you as a white man, respectfully, you're not going to tell me that this isn't going to, how would you know? So I think that's a lot of the issue and where the things are disconnected. Like, we actually do need more representation on the executive level in music so that it's making dollars and cents, okay? Exactly. And not just dollars.
Right. Now, shout out to Berry Gordy, okay? Motown, we ain't had nothing like it since. And you talk about media training, and you talk about artist development, and you talk about all the things. And like you said, making the dollars make sense, and just that Black representation, representing other Black people, the family that they created within each other. Like, we don't need to go outside to get no features. We got them all here, baby. Everybody working on everybody's stuff. Period. Like, ain't no better blueprint than Motown for Black people. Period.
Yeah. And I was going to say, piggyback off of what Talaya said, back in the day, Elektra and Arista and all these people, they had the Black music division. They had Black A&R and Black women, Black men, and people that relate. So like she's saying, she's writing a song that is to cater and to relate to Black women.
Yeah.
And you had a Black woman A&R coming to her saying, hey, I love what you just did. I think we're 90% there. Just tweak a couple, like, I want to get the song under I'm just, for example, 2 minutes and 50 seconds or something like that. How can we shorten up the cadence or whatever the case may be? Like, you don't have that now. You have, matcha, thong sandal Negroes out here. We don't even know who Maxwell is. What? Right.
Yeah, you don't even know who Maxwell is. It's crazy.
Making decisions and you don't have the historical context. You're setting up just for people to be essentially miseducated and like confused. It's giving the spirit of confusion.
Because my thing is like, if you don't know who these people are, where are you drawing this from?
Right.
Like, where are you? You get what I'm saying? Like, who are you getting this from? I don't even know.
What's the source?
Yeah, like what is the source? Like, you don't even know who the legends are. I don't understand. So, yeah, really crazy. And even you saying, Marlo, like at Arista and Elektra and all these labels that had Black divisions is crazy. Like, just give us a whole our own labels again. How about that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the female artists of those times were also producing the music. Like Tina Marie and like Patrice Rushen. She's an engineer. Like they knew what they were doing. They weren't just like telling me what to
right now. Patrice freaking Rushen?
Legend.
Oh, man.
Legendary.
Oh man. We don't give that woman her flowers.
Don't.
You're talking about somebody that was innovative in music, especially in the late 70s, early 80s. She was so ahead of her time.
But no, even in the early 70s, all her jazz piano, all the jazz stuff, even before like Forget Me Nots and Remind Me, all that stuff.
When she was in her just jazz bag was crazy.
Yeah, and then the industry, of course, disco came and took over, so they had to make her a disco artist and all that, and literally had to throw her artistry out the window because of that. I mean, it worked for like getting her name out, but I mean, man, she's much more than that.
Yeah,
much more. Like, she's such a legend, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, I love the Mixdown because this is what we do. We start talking about one thing and then everything trickles into like another thing.
No, this was great.
You can use footage for other things. Chop it up.
Oh, speaking of Patrice Rushen, I'm about to actually go see her when she comes to Cleveland in August. Her and the Yellow Jackets are on the same show, the same deal. So that's about to be sweet, boy.
Oh, are you serious? I might need to be in that show.
Yeah, and then I guess jazz sitarist Hiroshima. She's gonna play her last show that same night. So
wow.
So yeah, I got to be there. Like the song says, got to be there.
Got to be there.
the number.
Any last words on Darkchild for us to wrap it up?
Man.
Just how he came out the gate swinging with that Mary J. Blige. I can love you. I can love you better than she can. Like what? Like you're 19 years old producing stuff like that? Like, come on.
He was only 19?
Yeah, he was only like 18, 19 years old.
When he had back-to-back #1 pop records.
That's crazy.
Prodigy.
Back-to-back.
Down.
Like Drake said, back-to-back.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Crazy nuts.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely say, you know, one thing I definitely respected about him going back to the community thing and the team thing is once he got his name out there, he went back and got his brother, and he went back and got one of his best friends, and they really took over.
They took over the world.
Darkchild team really took over that late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, the Destiny Child records and the Brandy records and the Pussycat Doll records, and it just, the list goes on. And it just, you know, we just don't celebrate Rodney enough, man. Rodney, if you ever get a chance to listen to this podcast, bro, just know we love you. We want to give you your flowers. You mean so much to us when it comes to inspiring us as creatives and songwriters, artists, and producers. And just know that your contribution has not gone unnoticed to us.
Not at all.
What you have done in music is a very major staple in history.
Yes.
If anybody hasn't told you to this moment, we're telling you right now.
Absolutely.
Bro, we didn't even get into his gospel stuff.
I was just gonna say he had church.
Like that Dawkins and Dawkins focus. Need to know. Now that was my joint back in the day.
Gotta know.
And of course the Kurt Franklin New Nation Revolution, the Natalie Wilson SOP, all them joints. Come on here.
Natalie Wilson, that's crazy.
Act like you know.
And then them on Celebration of Gospel wearing the rush hour outfits. No, because that was that era. That was that era. Had them Chinese suits on.
Done anything for you.
Shit, what's another one? I think a lot of the Mary stuff too. I'm trying to think. What track is that? That he said, "I'll go wherever you want me to go." That was them. He said, Mary, I'll do whatever you want me to do. It's from the Incredible album.
Yeah, period. Darkchild. I mean, this echo is killing me, so that means it's time to go.
We also got to remember that he did produce for Spice Girls. That's when he was all overseas getting ideas. A lot of the ideas he brought back to the States, he was getting over there when he was working on their stuff. And he was
which album? Which Spice Girl album?
It had to be the one that came out, 98, 97, 98? Wherever that album was.
I'm looking it up now.
Me too.
I was a Spice Girl fan, but
I was spice up your life, every boy, every girl. Spice up your life, people of the world. Spice up your life. Oh,
man, our era was bad.
Spice Girls Forever.
Our era was so cold-blooded. Oh
man,
my God.
I was a Spice Girl. Like, me and my sister loved the Spice Girls. We had the movie and everything. The whole album. We used to listen. Spice Girls, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. That was our
era. That boy band era was my era, man.
NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. That was my
He co-produced that album with Harvey Mason. That's what's up. The Spice Girls Forever.
Also, we didn't mention Tony Braxton today. He wasn't man
Nope.
enough. Like,
He wasn't
come
man
on.
enough for me. Yep.
Come on. To last with Burna Boy, that song is like taking over the world, and that's him.
Burna
So
Boy, yeah.
Yep.
insane.
Absolutely.
The global reach once again.
Global reach. Like, yeah, and like I love his Instagram. His son is literally getting ready to take over in his footsteps. If y'all ever watch his IG page, like his son is incredible, bro.
Incredible.
The children are geniuses.
The children are
Children will be all right.
They're gonna be okay.
Northwest is out here producing records, huh?
Hey.
Northwest is out here producing.
Oh, he's gonna be another Willow.
I'm telling you, man.
Willow Smith is she's it, man.
It's cold.
Willow is definitely it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, you guys, there's so much good music up here. I wish I could tell you. Well, I will tell you, but when I tell you the underground is bubbling, I can't wait until it really comes out to the front. Like, there is some phenomenal music that is not being made on the entire West Coast that is only coming from the Pacific Northwest. You heard it here first.
No, I'm gonna try to book a
I need
gig.
to come out to Seattle into that scene and see what's up out there. I need to come.
Yeah,
y'all might need to come pull up. Come kick it with us.
I'm gonna need to pull up. I gotta tell you, Talaya, when I came.
Yes.
And he said there was no live music. And I was like, no live music? Y'all don't got no music here? He was like, no, not really.
We have live music. They lying.
I'm trying to get a gig. I'm trying to get a gig at the Jazz Alley.
Ooh, come on, Jazz Alley. Me too. Let me know when you get there. Let me come sing background. Come do it.
For sure.
We'll
set it
the
up.
background master.
Sure.
That's Talaya.
We'll find a way.
We'll set it up. That's what's up. Yeah. Audacity for Sale featuring Talaya. That has a ring to it. Let's go.
Hey.
Well, that's cold. That's cold.
I'm speaking it into existence.
Yeah, after we get this little EP out and start booking dates, that's gonna be
that could be when we do our grant situation.
There we go.
Because we want to do like a grant situation with.
We're gonna get somebody else to pay for it. Respectfully.
Yes, we were like do a concert or like a fun, like some kind of something.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that would be
absolutely.
So fire. Oh my God, this is incredible.
All right, y'all. So this has been another Mixdown of the Infoheman Company Music Podcast, the show made by music enthusiasts
for music enthusiasts.
That's right, y'all. Peace and a bottle of hair grease.